What's going on, guys? It is Inked by Gaming here, and the reason there's going to be I'm going to commentate over this video, due to the fact is that, again, my group project with the guys, I completely always forget to turn back on my my mic, because I really don't need the mic when I'm recording my videos, because I'll explain why in a bit, but I had it turned off. I had it turned off because my contribution to the project, I don't really need to voice over or do anything, because I don't have the ability to record with them at the same time. So most of my video will be pre-recorded for them. The group project should be starting next month, hopefully. But we're gonna start. I'm gonna hit play on this. You see, I'm playing this. So this was a legendary bird themed team we had here. You had Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Lugia, and Ho-Ho. And you've also, these were the only, because I was saying a while back, why wasn't there any, like, not saying why wasn't there any, was there enough legendary birds to make a team? And so help me, there was. Enough to make a really good team. Because these first two battles, you'll see how good they are. Well, I mean, somewhat good, semi-good. But I really wanted to try this out, and see me always forgetting to put my name on this. So we're gonna dive right in. In this first battle, was only 3 Pokemon. Was Xerneas, Pheromosa, and a Zygarde, and I was like, dude, I'm not gonna count this as the first battle because there's only 3 Pokemon. The potential of losing was there, but I was like, I'm not gonna count this because this isn't even a full team. So I went for Freeze Dry. I was like, should I do the Z move? I went for Freeze Dry. He swapped out. I was like, oh, well, he read me. Knew that I was going to try and kill his Zygarde. So I went for a Supersonic Sky Strike, but this thing's set up. And then I was like, is the Sky Strike a special move, or is it a physical move? And I was like, I don't know off the top of my head. But this thing took the hit. So I was like, what do I do now? So I don't remember what I did, but hold on. Let's see. Let's see what I do. It doesn't take me... Oh, so I went for... I think I went for Hurricane, I think. But I brought out this. I think I went for a Discharge, and it completely one-shot me. So this is where you think I'm going to lose, but I'm not. Because I'm not going to lose to this thing. No. I believe I tried going for like a flamethrower and didn't work. But then I remember Lugia had Whirlwind, but I think I Toxiced it first. I tried Toxicking it. No, I Psychiced it like a dummy. I should have just Whirlwinded it out, which I think I do right here. I take the hit. I get paralyzed. No, I get paralyzed. That's what happens. But this is where I think I attempt to try and Whirlwind it out. And kind of took this person a while. Missed another Thunder. And I think, I was going to say, I think I missed my Whirlwind, but no. The Pheromosa comes out, and I think I'm like, oh yeah, I've got Psychic. Psychic totally was it. Then this Foul Play. Super effective move did absolutely no damage, but I one-shot this Pheromosa. And then he brings back out the Xerneas and thinks, this is where he thinks that a Geomancy will save him that turn. but it does not. So here comes out this Zygarde, and I believe I have this in the bag. He tries setting up. I've noticed in these few battles that these people try to set up on you. And you don't need to set up. You don't need to set up. So Lugia is just trying to do his... Lugia is trying to do its best. But Dragon Tail, you swapped me out. You brought me out the Yveltal. I believe the Yveltal is the one that kills him, I think. Because I did go for a Dark Pulse, I believe. And I was checking to see if I was going to lock myself into a move. But Dark Pulse killed it. And that's why I said I wasn't going to count this one, because that one was too quick and easy. So I went for another one. Hopefully to get something real good. And then out came this team. You'll see in like a minute. Because I don't believe it took too long to get this going. But I was like, I'm totally not going to count that. And then out came this, and they had a Quilava on it. And I was like, is that Quilava going to come out and stop? Is it going to set up on me? And I was like, that would be crazy. So I think I did a left to right thing again. I do believe that they bring out the Espeon. They bring out the Espeon right here. And now I can look at... I was trying to read the names as they went. This Espeon name was Sab. And I just went for a Z move because I knew this thing was going to try and like set up reflex in screens and whatnot. And it was going to try a Magic Bounce if I tried doing anything else. So I think I freeze-dried right here, just in case if he swapped out into anything else, I'd be able to take it. And Draco is this thing's name, and I was like, Draco Malvoid? Pyro. Alright. So I believe that I went here and did a Hurricane and just tried doing my best. But, you know, Articuno went down to a Quilava. And then I think I was still going left to right, I think. I'm not sure just yet. Yes, I was still going left to right. Again, I just did this video. Why can't I remember what I did? So I just went and discharged, killing this Quilava. And then out came this thing. Daniel but male. I don't get what that meant. I don't get it. If it's some type of, like, internet thing, I don't get it. Oh, no, Danielle, not Daniel. Daniel. No, that's still a female there. I don't get it. That's another thing that I never understood about some legendaries. They can actually be gendered. Like, most legendaries are non-gendered. But I tried my best. I defogged because I thought that would get rid of the stats, and I, again, completely forget. Now, defog just drops evasiveness. Because, again, fog. Can't see through fog. And then here was me trying to figure out who to bring out to best beat this thing. And I was like, we'll try with Yveltal. Yveltal has Dark Pulse. This thing continued to set up on me. So I believe, tried Dark Pulse and it killed me. And then I was like, who should I bring out now? I brought out Ho-Ho. And then I Toxiced it, and I was like, what do I do from here? What move should I pick next? And I completely forgot that Ho-Ho has some, I believe, Choice Scarf. And I locked myself into Toxic. I was like, oh, I gotta swap out. And then he's setting up again, so I was like, I need to do something quick. And I think I thought of whirlwinding it out. He set all those up, and I just was like, get out of here. And then the Venomoth came out, and I was like, me but Firebug, and I was like, again, I don't get the nicknames. But I Psychicked and it brought it down, and it tried to sludge bomb me, and it died to life orb damage. And I was like, was it worth it? Was it worth it? And then there was this, and I was like, Draco Meteor was the move that I thought it was named after. But no, it's set up with Dragon Dance. I tried Toxicking. Yeah, it started setting up with Dragon Dance. And I was like, oh no. Oh no, I better get rid of this thing now. So I went for I went for more Toxic. I thought I went for a Psychic for a minute there. But I put the Toxic on it, and I just whirlwinded it out. I was like, get out of here. But then tragedy struck. Flinch. I was like, no. I was like, whirlwind again. Flinch. I was like, God dang it. And then it was like, whirlwind again. Flinch. I was like, so help me God. If I don't whirlwind this thing out and it flinches me again, I swear to God. I was like, whirlwind. Whirlwind. Or no, I roost. Because I needed the health. Because I know it was going to kill me. So I roosted. And let's see. Do I flinch? Do I get mad? Ironhead again. No flinch. Saved my life right there. So, this thing, I was like, it's just gonna die. It's just gonna die. I was like, it's gonna die. It took me out with it. What do I do now? What is he gonna bring out next? I brought out Ho-Ho. They brought out this thing. And me, being a stupid again, I hit Toxic again. Completely forgetting that I just locked Ho-Ho into Toxic again. I was like, oh my God, facepalm. So I was like, what do I do now? This thing's setting up, Dragon Dancing all over me. So I was like, what do I do now? What do I do? I went for a defog to try and get rid of its evasiveness. I don't know. I don't know why I did this. I don't know why. But I went and discharged. This thing set up with another Dragon Dance. I don't know why he did that. I don't know why. So he went for Outrage, killed Zapdos, but died to Toxic. So it was two versus one. Both have full health. So I was like, Moltres out. Let's see if we can do this. I was like, what can I possibly do to this thing? I was like, do I have any choice items on this? I was like, no. We survived that. I flamethrowed. Toxic did a little bit of damage this turn. So I was like, what do I do now? I was like, flamethrower. He went for another Calm Mind to bring back up his special attack, which was fine. Gave me the ability to gain some HP, which I was like, okay. He kept on Calm Minding. He could have at least attacked me. At least. And I was like, dude, you're totally gonna die this turn. You think you're gonna do me in. I won. Alright. And then we went for the next battle because the first one did not count. The first one did not count at all. So we went for another one. But this one was a little bit more tricky. I thought that Toxapex was a Marini. And I was like, why would you bring a Marini to an Ubers match? I was like, is it quick enough to be able to set up spikes? I was like, I've really haven't used Marini or Toxapex in game. Because aren't they so difficult to catch? Or to kind of find, because you have to fish for them, I believe. I don't know. I don't remember. But here comes the Xerneas. It's like everybody has a Xerneas on their team. Well, not the last battle, but the one before that. And everybody sets up with Geomancy. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to use the Supersonic Sky Strike, I believe. That's what I did. Yeah, and I tried, like, killing it right then and there, but then it did, like, barely anything to kill. So Geomancy, and I was like, oh no, this thing is gonna kill me. And it killed me. So, what I brought out next was Lugia. I was like, I'm gonna whirlwind this thing out. I was gonna whirlwind this thing out. I'm not dealing with something to set up like that. Out came this thing. And I was like, oh no, this thing's bulk. I was like, toxic. Toxic this thing. He substitute. So I was like, oh, shoot. I was like, I'm going to whirlwind this thing out. Can I whirlwind this thing out? So I went for a whirlwind. He went for a protect. I did not know this, that you can whirlwind while it's protected. I had no idea. None whatsoever. I was like, what? It protected. And I was like, okay, you can whirlwind it out. So I went for a Psychic. Psychic did nothing. He scolded me. Did barely anything to me. So it was like, okay, nothing's going on. So I went for another Psychic. He baneful bunkered. Literally protected him for that turn. I was like, you son of a... And so I went for another Psychic. He swapped out to this thing. To Ferrothorn. It's Ferrothorn, right? No, Ferrothorn isn't Fer... I don't know. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get this thing. I'm going to get him. So I went for a Flamethrower, I believe. But I protected. So it was just scouting out if I was going to use it or not. So I went again. I was like, Flamethrower. He was like, nope, out of here. Tox specs. So I was like, okay, what do I do now? I was like, should I swap out to the Zapdos so I don't get any more of the damage from Leech Seed? I was like, yeah, get out of here. So it scolded me. And I was like, okay, got this, got it. So I went and discharged. He swapped, predicted my discharge. So that did nothing. It also is Toxic Heal, so I had the Toxcorp. I was like, okay, what do I do now? What could I do? What can I possibly do? He is ground flying. I was like, ground flying? I always think he's like dark flying because just the way he looks like he would be a dark flying. But he toxic me, and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I went and just locked myself into, I believe, Dark Pulse. Because I was like, Oblivion Wing is going to do nothing to him because isn't he resisted to it due to the fact that he is a flying type. So I was like, Dark Pulse. Completely one-shot him. One shot. Destroyed. So I was like, okay, I'm doing well. I've killed one. And let's see if I can kill the rest. And then I believe next was... I can't remember. I feel like the Tapu Koko is what came out next. Yes, there we go. I was like... Again, this just happened, and I completely forgot what was going on. And I was like, oh no. This Tapu Koko is going to kill me. Because every Pokemon is a flying type. It is weak to electric type moves. I was trying my best to let this Ho-Ho kill it. So I was like, okay, bring out the Zapdos. Zapdos should be able to, like, resist his electric type moves. So I was like, Heat Wave. Heat Wave because Discharge ain't gonna do nothing. He brought out the Ferrothorn. And the Ferrothorn took the bulk of the hit. So I was like, another Heat Wave. Just do it. He protected. Now, I was like, I'm just going to keep on Heat Waving until this thing's dead. Which, I don't know, I think he swapped out again. He brought out the Toxapex once more. I believe. No. He let this thing die. Alright, and then I think the next Pokemon to come out was the... Oh, Xerneas. Alright. And I did make the comment afterwards is that I killed three of his Pokemon, and I was like, okay, this might be doable. I should have just kept on going with Zapdos, but I was like, okay, Tapu Koko, I won't be able to do anything besides Heat Wave, and I was like, I'm gonna swap it out. I should have just stayed in. I was like, I don't want to risk because there's 2 water types there, but I was stupid. And then I was like, oh, Lugia's got this, and I'll just, Toxic it. I missed the Toxic. The one thing Lugia could have done, it didn't do. So, lost there. And then I was like, okay, hopefully Moltres can do something. And lo and behold, I was wrong. And then my last hope was Zapdos, and I'm sorry, Zapdos did not. Because here is where it ends. So, that is it. I'm going to end it here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time in the next video. Bye-bye.